Secret to complete the lineup. 1,450 metres all set on the Vaal Classic track. They're all ready to go. And away and racing to a brand new start for the new season here in Gauteng. And the first one to break the line was the first time a realist with Chinese Whisper. Also going within the early stages, Ewan again and Greek Honey are shortly thereafter. Behind that one towards the outside, Jackie's Joy. Then Spanish Secret and Sacred Lagoon. With Game Plan, the long-time maiden is 5 or 6 lengths off the leader. Capricious races wide on that turn. Wasp is racing second to last. And the right answer is caught very flat-footed in the early stages, struggling to go with that early pace, and is racing about 9 lengths off the lead and getting a crack or two down the shoulder. With 800 metres to go, it's Chinese Whisper. That leads by just over a length from Ewan again in second. In third, down the centre, Spanish Secret. Then Capricious, and down the inside, Realist. 3 lengths to go. They followed by Greek Honey and Jackie's Joy. Behind that is Wasp, and quite a long way back to the others. 500 to go, it's still Chinese Whisper, who gallops freely out there in front. It's over a length clear of Ewan again. Capricious now trying to gain the leeway back, and behind that Spanish Secret, and then comes Wasp as they enter the final 300 metres. Chinese Whisper, Wasp moves up dangerously down the inside. Capricious is on the stand side, and then Ewan again. They've got about 150 to go. It's Wasp in the lead now. Ewan again presses hard down the centre, then Capricious. Wasp, Ewan again, and Capricious. Wasp is about a length clear from Ewan again, and Capricious as they drive down to the line. Wasp is going to win its maiden. Wasp will beat Ewan again. Third, Capricious. Chinese Whisper. In behind that was Greek Honey, Realist, the right answer, and Game Plan, Jackie's Joy, Spanish Secret, and Sacred Lagoon. Well, Chapiso Matsuele has had some good victories since becoming a work rider. He previously, as we well know, was an apprentice rider, and he's come back as a work rider, and he's doing pretty well for the Gary Alexander stable. These are those very popular Greg Sadie colours. The straw with the chocolate body, the straw sleeves and cap, and Wasp is owned by Greg Sadie in partnership with Dean Alexander and Mr. Rampelani Matunyani. Well done to Mr. Matunyani as Wasp wins its maiden today, beats home Ewan again by 3/4 of a length. Capricious was wide for most of the way, runs into third, and then came Chinese Whisper, the long-time leader, back in fourth. Greek. So that's the opening event of the day here, and Wasp comes home strongly down the left-hand side of the picture here, runs on at Ewan again, Chinese Whisper and Capricious, the two Erasmus runners on the stand side, but Wasp is a daughter of Brave Tin Soldier. She's won it for the Summerhill Stud, who are last season's champion breeders, and she's out of the maiden ranks in her 7th start. Well done to the Alexander Racing Yard.
Number 4, Wasp has done it from the widest draw here for the Gary Alexander stable. Well done to the Summerhill Stud here, Mrs. Sadie Alexander and Matunyani. The 5-year-old daughter of Braveton Soldier has won at his 7th attempt. Second to the 6, Ewan again, daughter of Lecture for Stephen Moffat and S. Mtebu. The third spot going to number 1, Capricious. That was Chrissy Rasmus and Sam Mosia. And fourth spot going to number 2, Chinese Whisper. Chrissy Rasmus sending this one out for her 21st outing today. 4, 6, 1 and 2. That's how they run. Race 1 out at the Vaal.
And returning to the number 1 enclosure for the Gary Alexander Racing Stable, number 4, Wasp, ridden by work rider Chapiso Matsuele. 5-year-old bay mare by Brave Tin Soldier out of the El Mufti mare Mapiko has won her maiden today in her 7th run. She's owned by Messrs. Greg Sadie, Dean Alexander and Rampelani Matunyani, bred by Summerhill Stud. Second placing to number 6, Ewan again. Third place awarded to number 1, Capricious. Fourth was 2, Chinese Whisper, and fifth to number 9, Greek Honey.
Race number 1 is being won by horse number 4, Wasp. This is for the Gary Alexander stable, and it is Tapiso Matsuale who comes through to win. Tapiso, well done to you. You've had 11 winners in your career so far, and it seems like you just seem to be growing with each and every ride.
Yes, thanks to Mr. Khan and Mr. Fortune back at the tracks. They've been helping me a lot, and I'm grateful for that. Coming back to the race, I had in my mind, Mr. Alexander back at home, he gave me a lot of confidence on his horse. And in a race, they told me I must read their card and tell me what I think. And the instructions were completely different. They gave me right instructions, and I wrote to he won a nice race.
He did. The Alexander stable said they were expecting improvement, but from that draw, well done to you.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to say thanks to the stable. They've given me a lot of chances. Thanks to Mr. Marie who led me back in a racing field. And yes, thanks to Ngwenya as well, back at home. This one for you, Ngwenya.
Right, don't go too far. We've got a check for you coming just now, so well done. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. Right, let's get Dean. Dean, are you representing the owners or the trainers here?
Both.
Okay, both. Well done to you guys. You did say that you're expecting improvement, but I suppose a bit worried about that draw?
Yeah, the draw was always a concern, but Tepesu rides him work every day, rides her work every day, and he knows her well. And yeah, he listens to instructions. He rides a nice race. He's very competent, and I think he's going to go a long way.
How's this for the start for the season for the Alexander stable? Just perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's nice. It's nice to see the stables in form, and we can keep the form going. It's important.
4 or 5 more runners today. Any of those we can throw into the pick 6 there, Dean?
Yeah, we kind of like Flying Dream. I think she's definitely a runner. Got 1 or 2 dangers. And Top Shot and Elmo Effect, I'd put them both in. They're both working well, and will be in the finish.
You're not here for nothing. Well done, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Well done to Dean Alexander and Gary Alexander. And, of course, these owners here, Mr. Sadie, Dean himself, and Mr. Matunyani. I know Mr. Matunyani often on course, so he'll be upset that he wasn't here for this one. But Wasp has come through to win a very good race, the daughter of Braveton Soldier, 4, 6, 1 and 2. And well done to Summerhill. They've started off the season with a bang here. They won the first race on number 4, Wasp. Now,